What's going on, everyone? And in this video, I'm going to show you how we unlock the Void Elves for our Demon Hunters now in the pre-patch for Midnight. And to be honest, I was extremely excited for this. I was kind of let down at the end, but I'll tell you that when we get there. However, this is where you pick up the first quest to start the quest line, and then you want to head out to Koresh, but there's a nice little portal here. Now, I will advise you, do not do this on war mode. As you will see here, I completely forgot I was in war mode, and lo and behold, there were a ton of Alliance around at the time, and this is where Ret Paladins don't die. I was thinking to myself, maybe, just maybe, I could take him on, and as you'll see here, he also had a healer on him. It was a Resto Druid. I did not notice that at the time, but yeah, he just was going around killing everyone and everything, wasn't dying because he had a healer on himself, and he's a Ret Paladin as well, so that made it a lot less fun. So I'm just kind of laughing at it, thinking to myself, like, yep, still Ret Paladin. It's just the way the game is right now. So I kind of wanted to look to see how much damage he hit me with, and it honestly, it was a decent amount, but I was thinking it was a lot more at the time because, like I said, didn't realize there was a Resto Druid. So I just go back, grab my body, Hearthstone, back to Dornegal, and end up going and turning off war mode, and I head back out here in order to continue on the quest line. So pretty much this quest doesn't take that long, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Basically, the next part of the quest, you just hand it in right here, and then this is where I said enough was enough, and I decided to just go ahead and do as I said earlier and get out of war mode. It's not a whole lot of fun dealing with people beating on you while you're trying to do a quest line and also record what is going on around you. So then come back, accept the next quest. And I will also say this, there are quite a few areas in this quest line where you have to wait until the NPCs are done talking with each other. So that was a big thing that I kind of missed because I'm just a PvP Andy. I just normally sit in PvP all the time. I don't do as many quests unless it's the beginning of the expansion and I'm doing quests in order to level up. And then once I hit level cap, I'm usually just out there in the battlegrounds or the arena or whatever. And if I have to level another character, then I go through and I level another character. Or like some people do, you just swipe and boost it. But you normally can't hit level cap in the beginning, so it is what it is, right? So then we go ahead, and a lot of these quests are just kind of, your normal quests where you go, you talk to someone, you hand it in, you go kill a few mobs or whatever. And in this one, you're going to go ahead and you're going to use that little orb to collect the power of these, or you want to, I guess you're feeding the orb here. I don't know, but you don't have to kill the mobs. You can actually, a bunch of people can use the same dead mob in order to feed the orb. So I thought that was a pretty cool little thing that I didn't have to try to fight, 100 people trying to do the same exact quest, because in the end, it would have been a pain in the butt to do so. So just kind of going around here, trying to find that last one in order to go ahead and complete the quest and then head back and turn it in. I got kind of confused because there was a world quest going on, so I saw it there, and then I was trying to I thought to myself, wait, that takes me to the other world, so I don't want to do that. And then I found a dead body right there, so I just said, screw it, we're going to go ahead and use it, just like we did with the other two. And you're going to go back up, and you're going to lure out this worm. So you're going to you're going to stand right there and use the orb on top of it. Once the little action bar pops up, this void worm looking thing comes out. You kill it. Real simple and easy. You don't even have to loot anything. You could just mount up and get out of there if you don't want to loot it. I don't think it really drops anything. Then you head back to the starting guy where you initially picked up the first set of quests. This quest, like I said, didn't take a lot of time. The one thing that threw me off was that little world quest. So the world quests were throwing me off just a little bit. It was throwing me off a little bit here too because I was having to wait for the NPCs to finish talking. Usually you didn't have to ever do that. You hand in the quest, the next one starts to pop up. But I guess they were trying to maybe slow people down or actually force people to understand the lore behind what was going on. So I started reading it a little bit, trying to figure out what I was doing, what was going on, the lore behind everything. So then we fly over here to the Karashi fragment. And this is the area where I got a little confused again because of the fact of not seeing these three things, these three mobs that you have to kill. I wasn't sure of where they spawned because one area is a little bit small and one area is a little bit like wider for him to spawn, and then there's a third one you have to kill, which isn't too bad either. That's like another smaller size one. But again, gotta wait for him to finish his little lore RP that he's doing, and then you're gonna hand in your quest to him, and accept the next one that comes up after it. So you complete that one, accept this one, and now these are the ones that you want to kill. As you're gonna see here, there was a bunch of people just kind of killing like lower mobs, and then I looked at my mini map and I saw the yellow circle indicator spawn. You want to kill the relicators. So I fast forwarded because of the fact that there was just a lot of me flying around trying to figure out which mob I had to kill, and you want to kill these relicators. So that's where the first one spawns, and you're gonna see here these are all the locations of where they spawn. So right here, this is where the other one spawns. It's right up above where that little blown up, what looked like a tower or overhang or something was. And then you come down here, and where those rocks are, right off to the left there, is where he's going to spawn. It's not going to be that guy. I killed him 4 or 5 times because I wasn't paying attention. But yep, there's the next relocator, and that's the third one for the third key that you're going to need. So you're going to want to go ahead and kill him. Going to pick up your key once he dies. And I will say one thing, that Devourer DH is nice. It's fun. It's a different play style that I need to get used to other than being melee, but I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. Then you want to go ahead and destroy these pillars with the 3 keys that you just picked up. So you're just going to bounce around real quick, and then you're going to go ahead and pick the crystal out of the chaos and void that's right there, and then you can hand in your quest. And we pick up the void confluence, and we're going to fly over to where that's located. So I decided not to skip ahead to the next part of this quest because I wanted to allow people to have the chance to watch the video and maybe rerun it back a few times if they have to realize and notice where you have to go for this one, because this one is located inside of a cave. And the cave it threw me off for a second because I saw the question mark of where I had to go, and I thought it was going to be around one corner, and it ended up not being. So I had to like kind of backtrack just a tad and drop down a little bit, and it was right there. So I just went through here. And I thought it was going to be more to the left, but it's not. So I flung myself back around real quick, and then you drop down to this void area, the Void Scar Cavern. You're going to go into here, and you're going to head on down into the cavern itself. And then you're going to go talk to the other two demon hunters that are over here, one of which is trying to not just absorb the void, but he's trying to actually control it. So you're basically trying to help him out with a ritual right now, to where you think you're just trying to help him absorb it, and he decides that he wants to control it. So then you go and place one of the fragments here, and make sure you stay here and kill all 3 of these rounds of mobs, or at least until the big ad spawns and you kill the big ad, because that's what's going to give you credit for the actual quest itself. If you run away from it, it's not going to give you the credit. So you just want to kill the Void Stalker, and then this Void Walker comes out. You want to kill that, and then it gives you your credit. And then you go over to this next area to go ahead and put the next fragment down, which is just on the other side over here. And I kept trying to figure out if how the dash worked for Devourer, and to my surprise, you actually need to have a line of sight, or like an actual path. So just like how Havoc, you need to have your actual path, or you're just going to kind of run or clip the wall or whatever. It's the same thing with Devourer. So it's not like a leap or anything like that you can actually go over certain parts of terrain. You actually have to have a pretty clear path to where you're going. I was thinking that I could be a warrior for a second, to be honest with you guys, and just heroic leap everywhere, but tis not the case. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to kill these next set of mobs. We're going to go ahead and kill this Void Walker again, this more masculine, muscular Void Walker. And now we're going to go back and turn in this quest. I equipped my PvE items because I thought maybe I'd be doing more damage, because I felt like my damage wasn't high at all. But then I realized my item level was just lower, even in PvE gear, so I just threw the PvP gear back on. But yeah. So we're going to hand in this quest, and then now we're going to help with the ritual. So you're going to go ahead and you put the crystal above Adaris, and you talk to him and you ask him if he's ready, to which obviously he's going to say, yes, I am ready. Then you're just going to watch a little bit of RP and everything like that. And, spoiler alert here, he doesn't make it. He doesn't actually get to control it. Because even Leona was surprised that he wasn't just giving into the void and letting the void absorb him to be one with the void. He was actually trying to control it for his own means, and it wasn't working out for him. So he was starting to bring down the entire cavern around him. And then, as you can see, giant void dark hole, and now he's trying to do whatever it is, control it. She tries to smack him. That doesn't work. Then she realizes, oh, maybe we should open a portal and Spartan kick his ass through it. Yeah, that makes sense. So luckily, we didn't have an entire cave fall down on us because someone decided to control the void. That's not Xalatath. But I think even Xalatath understands that you need to become one with the void and not try to just outright control it. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to report back to Umbric, which is pretty much you just walk right out of the cave again. Go ahead, get on your mount, and just fly over to him, which is the starting area where you started the entire quest anyway, out in Koresh. So now you got to wait for him to talk with the other demon hunter, and he asks what happened. They do a little bit of RP back and forth. She tells him what happened, and he's basically like, well, it's a sad time, but he learned his lesson, I guess. That's basically the way I got it. So yeah, just kind of sitting here waiting again for the little RP to go off, indicate the next quest. All in all, this quest line was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I um I had a lot of fun actually going and reading the RP back and forth and the lore as to like what was going on and how the Void Elves actually decided to turn and become demon hunters and tap into the void in order to use it to their advantage in battle and become the devourer side of the demon hunters. And then, so this one for the pursuit continues. Basically, you could just get on your mount and fly to it. It's not that far. You're just going to go turn in this quest, and then you're going to get another quest to go kill this little demon guy that's, down there a little ways off the edge of the cliff. And then once you kill him, you go back to Umbric, you turn in the quest to Umbric, and you end up getting the achievement for unlocking the Void Elf Demon Hunters. Now, one thing I will say also is that there are people that have said that you already need to have a level 80 Void Elf in order to get the achievement or to even start the quest. This was done on a level 80 Blood Elf Demon Hunter. So I don't know how true that actually is. Some people say you just need to have a level 80 Void Elf on your account, but I don't have a level 80 Void Elf. I have 70s and 60s and things lower and in between that, but I don't have an actual 80 Void Elf on my account. So I don't know if Blizzard has changed it or if people are just having issues to where for some reason the quest isn't showing up. But I've heard that there's been a lot of hit or miss, or maybe you just have to use a demon hunter in order to do this. That could also be the case, but I'm not able to confirm or deny that either because of the fact that I have a few level 80 demon hunters on my account before this actually happened. So if anybody knows exactly what's going on in that aspect, go ahead and post it, talk about it. But there's your achievement right there, Rage of the Rendori. So I went ahead and I was checking it out for myself. Open my achievements tab and saw that I got it, Void Elf Demon Hunter unlocked. I honestly was a little bit taken aback too because I didn't think it was going to be that quick of a quest line or quest chain. So I went ahead and decided to log out. And here's where my disappointment started. I hit create character, clicked on Void Elf, clicked on Demon Hunter, and it fell. I was really hoping that with all the hype and everything like that, they would at least have made the Void Elves look like the Devourer spec and all their Void glory and everything like that, and they didn't. So, well, I'll see you guys in the next one.